Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC and then an altcoin, and then why altcoin could 100x during this bull run, right? And then we're also going to talk about BTC in all time frame. We're going to talk about 4 hour, daily, and then mostly weekly, right? Because it is very important, because we're going to be getting a sort of divergence on these time frames. Like some of the time frame going to tell us like, we're pretty much bullish, but the bigger time frame, like not the biggest, but the weekly, we got the monthly, right? The monthly is bullish, but the weekly going to show us like some bearish momentum, right, when you use your Heiken Ashi. So but we're gonna, sorry for the delay, right, on my previous live stream, just about the sound, right? So but before we get started, make sure, let me just make sure we got the sound correct before I'm gonna be live streaming for 20 minutes without no sound. That was pretty good. Let's see if you guys can hear at all, right? So but BTC is looking very interesting on the lower time frame. We got a big sign of reversal, at least for the short term, from like 9,700 to almost 10.8, right? That was a pretty good run. Most people have been scared to buy low, right? So but they wanna buy high, sell low. So it is very interesting, like the type of correction we're gonna be getting. We've been expecting like a flat correction, but BTC giving us a zigzag. So zigzag, I said like we're gonna, with a 20% chance we're gonna get a zigzag, but we finally get a zigzag, right? But we did not anticipate a zigzag. Okay, we did not anticipate a zigzag, so which is a kind of very interesting. So it seems like the live stream is not connected to YouTube, so let me just see what's going on. So it is actually saying it is private. Let me just change it to a public so you guys can see it, right? So, and I'm gonna just so all right, so let's talk about the the lower time frame first, right? So it is now public, so you guys can see it, right? So let's start with the lower time frame. So when you take a look at the lower time frame, we've been expecting if you watch my previous live stream, right? Let's say you're new to the content, so I'm just gonna give you like a small preview, right? So what we're going to be talking about and what we already talked about. So we've been anticipating a zigzag. So we said like Bitcoin going to make this type of move, right? So but we did not get this ABC correction to the upside. So we missed this ABC correction to the upside, just about this area. So let's change the color. All right, so let's put this up here. So we've been anticipating BTC to make this move, right? This move to the upside, right? So let's make this green. Let's make this green, right? So we say BTC gonna make this move to the upside, but we got this a big correction, and we say like exactly if BTC drop below 10.8 in that range before like 8 p.m. Eastern time, or 8 p.m. East, before the daily candle closes, we're gonna have some tough time to get back to the upside. So as NASA, we drop below 10.8, we change our mind and we say we're gonna get a zigzag, right? So the zigzag, what was the target? The target was just about like a 9.2, right? 9.2 to 9.4, but we didn't quite get that because BTC retraces back to 382, right? So that's a good thing. But at the same time, we anticipated a drop this zigzag, so we got it. So what we're expecting now, we're anticipating a another 3 wave to the upside, right? We're anticipating BTC to make another 3 wave to the upside, but we don't know like how far BTC gonna go up. We don't know how far BTC gonna go up, so we just saying basically, you know, BTC gonna make another ABC correction, but we're just gonna anticipate, you know, BTC going up all the way up to 14K. It doesn't mean it's gonna go up to 14K, but that's what we're just gonna anticipate. Like we anticipated a zigzag, right, and then a flat correction, but the flat correction didn't work out. So we're just gonna anticipate another zigzag to the upside. So keep that in mind. We're gonna anticipate another zigzag to the upside. Okay, we're gonna anticipate another zigzag to the upside, but how far we're gonna get this B wave to the upside? This B wave, it could be anywhere between this area of this B wave could be anywhere between this area of tenfold, right, which is 0.618 of this entire move I'm gonna show you. We can be just by this 50% pullback, right? So when you take your fib, right, take your fib, retrace. So we can anticipate the BTC coming back down just about you know, 11.3 in this range, 11.7, right, and then up to like a 12.3, right, in that range. So but we're just gonna have to be careful because we don't know like how strong this move is gonna be to the upside, right? We just don't know, but we're anticipating the max, right? The maximum we're gonna go on this A wave, we're just anticipating it to be just about 12.3, but we're just gonna have to wait and see like if 382, because 382 gonna be just about this area of let's say 10.8, right, in that range, 10.8 to 11, 10.8 to 11, right, gonna be at 382. So we're just gonna have to be careful, right? So expect like some you know, rejection just about like a, you know, 10.8 to 11, which is also gonna give us another ABC correction within this range, right? Because you gotta remember every wave gonna get some sub wave, right? So we could get another A, B, and C. So we're gonna complete this wave, and then we're gonna get, you know, some sort of a correction from A to B also, and we're gonna get another ABC correction. So where is gonna be this ABC correction? So if you change the color, you can anticipate another A, B, and C correction, right? So I'm not anticipating like 5-way structure. You know, the way you know it is gonna look like, you know, it is going to look like 5-way structure. You can count 5, but most people, you know, comfortable counting like, you know, 5-way structure all the time, right? But it is going to be some very nasty you know, correction. It could be very nasty, or it could be very clean like this, right? You know, this move, this ABC correction is very clean, right? This ABC correction up in this range is pretty much very clean. Is pretty much very clean, right? Let's take a look at it. This range, right? We got a clean ABC correction, right? We could anticipate another clean ABC correction just about this area, right? Clean one, right? Just about this area, right? It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but we just illustrating it. You know, we could be getting this type of wave, so we're gonna be anticipating what's gonna happen, right, in case we get like some surprise, right? So but that's what I'm expecting, at least for the short term on the lower time frame, on the 4-hour time frame. That's what I'm expecting, right? On the Heiken Ash especially, this candle is very decisive. That's a, you know, that's a this candle follow a nice you know, reversal candle, also a big wick, big tail, small body, a big body candle follow, right? That's a great sign, right? That's the same thing we got up down like just about like a 10.7. You guys remember like when we came back down to 10.7, we got this big wick, big tail, small body. The color of the candle doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is like the reversal, right? We want to see big tail, big wick, small body, right? A big reversal candle, right? And a sideways correction, came back down, but we couldn't push higher. So that, you know, we completed this wave, you know, this B wave up to this area. So we could be getting something like that. and coming back down to like a 10.6 or low 10,000, right, in that range. So keep that in mind, at least for the short term. So if you missed the beginning of the live stream, just go back and replay it. The first like the first 3 minutes wasn't, you know, I was just setting up. So but after that we just start talking about like the lower time frame. So let's move on to the daily time frame now. When you take a look at the daily time frame, it is very interesting, right? On the Heiken Average, we're not seeing any reversal sign yet on the daily time frame, but you gotta think about it, right? The Heiken Average, it take into account like the previous day. So what can you expect like the next candle to be? The next candle, what can you expect like the next candle to be? You can expect like the next candle to be looking like a reversal candle, right? Just like that. The color doesn't matter, right? The color doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. The color doesn't matter. You just want a big tail, big wick, small body. So since like the last 2 days we got a lot of volatility, the third day you can anticipate the next candle to be just like this, right? Big tail, big wick, small body, big tail, big wick, small body, right? So let's make it more visible, right? So the next candle, right, July 3rd, right, gonna look like this, right? Gonna look like this. So if you don't know how the Heiken Average works, just go and look it up, right? So it takes into account like the previous days, right? Keep that in mind, the last 2 days. So it take the average of the last 2 days, right? Take into account the low and the high. So if you take the low and the high of the last previous day, you can see like the next candle we're gonna get a big wick, big tail, small body, just like this one, right? When we went up to like 14k, and then the next day we came back down like I think like to 10 something, right? 10.7, 10.3, whatever. So that's why we got this big reversal candle in this area. And I told you guys, we've been getting like a smooth uptrend, no sign of reversal. All of a sudden we got big tail, big wick, small body. Now you see big tail, big wick, small body, a lot of volatility, trend reversal. So we could be getting a lot of volatility on the second and the third, right? And then the fourth, we could be anticipating a trend reversal on the Heiken Average. But on the regular candle, we most likely gonna get a reversal already. But the Heiken Average is, you know, kind of slow, right? But it is very effective, right? It is very effective. So keep that in mind. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame. And I'm going to show you guys also, like we talked about one coin last time called DOCK. It is up like almost 25%, you know, but we talked about like a couple of days ago. I told you guys, you know, it is making a nice pattern. So the next coin to keep an eye on is Civics, right? Keep an eye on Civics, guys. Keep an eye on Civics. But it is just a side note. So when you take a look at the weekly, we're not getting like a big tail, big wick, small body. But if you understand how the Heiken Average, you know, works, you can anticipate like next week. I'm talking about next week, guys. We're talking about something, you know, like a 7 days ahead, right? So next week, right, you can anticipate, since like last week we got a big wick to the upside. This week we also got a big wick to the downside. So you can expect next week, right? Next week we're gonna get a big reversal candle, okay? Big reversal candle like this, right? So it is going to be big wick, big tail, small body, guys. So I'm not sure what type of color it is going to be, because it all depends like how the weekly candle closes, right? But if you take into account the if you take into account this high and then the current week low, you can anticipate like a big tail, big wick, small body, okay? Big tail, big wick, small body next week, right? So keep that in mind. And then it's not good at all, right, on the weekly time frame to get like a big tail, big wick, small body. It is a sign of reversal, but it doesn't mean we're going to reverse, because it all depends how the lower time frame going to be performing, right? But the weekly time frame, since the weekly time frame is slower, then it is slower than the daily, of course, and then the 4 hour, right? So you can anticipate like the in this time frame, like you can anticipate the 4 hour and then the daily time frame to be dominated, right? even though like the weekly time frame should be dominating, but on the Heiken Ashi, you have to remember it gives you like the past performance. It doesn't give you like the future performance, right? It doesn't tell you, you know, where you're going. It's just telling you like where could you be going, right? So keep that in mind. But if you take into account like the 4 hour and then the daily time frame, you can anticipate like, you know, the Heiken Ashi to give you like a reversal pattern, but it's not going to confirm it, because like we just got in this area on the weekly time frame, the week of June 17th, guys. June 17th, we got a big tail, big wick, small body, right? The June 4th, guys, we got a big tail, big wick, small body, but we still moved to the upside. So because if you guys remember, I told you guys like on June 4th, BTC is going to 9,500, right? But we got a sign of reversal. Why did I not like say we dropping to the downside? Because the daily time frame wasn't confirming like we're going to be going to the downside, right? So even though the weekly time frame next week we're going to get a sign of reversal, but we're just going to have to wait and see. We're just not going to confirm it. This time we're just going to, you know, favor the 4 hour and then the daily time frame. So keep that in mind, guys. We talked about all of this back in April, guys. Back in April when BTC was making this smooth uptrend, if you guys remember, right? If you're new to the content, right? BTC was making some smooth uptrend with some like a, you know, small body candle on the regular candle on the weekly time frame, right? On the weekly time frame. This just about this area, guys. Just about this area. So on the regular candles. On the regular candles, right? So I'm gonna show you on the regular candles. Remember when we got this big you know, shooting star just about this area, I said like it's okay, it's not like we're gonna be reversing. We're just gonna have to wait till next week. The following week we got a big tail, big wick, small body also. But you know, I said like on the Heiken Ashi, it is not showing like, you know, these tails. It is showing some smooth uptrend, right? Smooth uptrend. So you can see on the Heiken Ashi we got smooth uptrend. So you just can like you cannot just like take 1 week and say like, oh, we're gonna be reversing. But sometimes sometimes you have to favor like lower time frame, right? So sometimes you just have to favor the daily over the weekly when you take a look at the Heiken Ashi. And I'm pretty bullish, so I'm just gonna favor the daily time frame. So, but we're just gonna have to wait till next week, see you know, at least till Sunday, to see like what type of week we're gonna get, at least for the short term. So let's move on to the monthly time frame. Got enough of the weekly. I hope you guys can hear this time, right? Yeah, we're gonna do XRP. We're gonna talk about XRP. So we're gonna talk about XRP very shortly also. So let's take a look at the monthly, right? The monthly, it is showing us a full body candle. Let's see. It is already July. It is showing us a full body candle. But if you understand like how the Heiken Ashi works, that's why you don't worry, right? It is telling you like we got a big full body candle, but it is not the case, right? So because we just started the monthly, so if like we close anywhere just about like 9,000, it's not going to be good at all, right? 8,500 before July 30th 31st, right? So you got to keep that in mind. We talked about it like on April 1st, how, you know, what type of monthly candle we're going to get, right? On and then on May 1st we also talked about it. June we talked about it, like you know, early in the month we said what type of candle we're going to be expecting. So it is going to be very critical, like, because I don't think like we're going to be dropping very bad, like most people are anticipating like 7k 6k, even though like even if we're going to get like a 6 to 7k in that range, we're not going to get it in July, right? We're not going to get it in July. If like we get like 7k in July, it's going to be like horrible, like it's going to mess up the whole structure, even on the monthly time frame. When you take a look at the monthly, right? So you take a look at the monthly, we already got a full body candle, right? Just 7 days, right? Because you got to think about it, you know, you got to think about how the Heiken Ashi works, right? So let's say we close like anyway below like a 97, not even 97, like let's say 78, right? 78 to 82, in that range. What type of monthly candle we can anticipate? We could be anticipating the monthly candle to be just like this, right? Just like this, right? Very small body, very small body, right? So guys, we like analyze this stuff like 30 days ahead, right guys? 30 days, right? So same thing we talked about, like for June, guys. We anticipated BTC, we wanted BTC to close above like 11.4, right? But we didn't get it, but we anticipated it. We anticipated BTC, to get like this type of a weekly candle, right? So we said, we're saying basically, if like we close anywhere below like let's say 85, right? 8500, we're gonna get a very, very scary candle, just like the weekly, right? Very scary candle, just like the weekly. So keep that in mind, right? You gotta just have to anticipate it 30 days ahead, guys. 30 days. So on the 31st, right, if BTC the last price of the month is going to be like 85 to 85 to just say 85 to 80, right? We're going to get this type of monthly candle. So on a bull run, you don't get this type of monthly candle, guys. I mean, if like we're on the bull run, we're not going to get this type of monthly candle. We're not, okay? So, and most people believe like we're on a monthly we're on a bull run, right? So you go back, even back in 2016, like 2018, I mean, like 2011, 13, 15, 8, up to 18, you never seen like such body candle on the monthly. You never seen a such a body candle on the monthly, unless like we're on a bull run, right? On a on a bear market, sorry. So keep that in mind. So it is unrealistic, right, to think like we're gonna close above like a 7K, or like, below 7K, or like even below 8K. So I don't think like we're gonna close below 8K at all. I don't think we're gonna close below 8K, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, right? Because BTC is extremely bullish when you take a look at the monthly time frame. It is only bearish on the 4-hour and on the, at the most, on the daily. Even the weekly is okay. Like, even though we got that big shooting star, we're just gonna have to wait till next week. Actually this week and next week to confirm the bearishness. Okay, we're just gonna have to wait at least 10 to 15 days in order to confirm the bearishness. But I'm still bullish, right? I'm still bullish on BTC. So I hope it makes sense, all these time frame analysis. I hate to do like a time analysis, but it is not time analysis. It is just like to take into account like these candles, right? How they're going to be looking like, at least for the short term. So, and let's take a look at the let's take a look at some indicators. Hey, what's up HR? What's up Shranks? What's up Mike? What's up Joseph? We're going to take a look at XRP, but BTC staying stable is very important for all cryptos, because BTC is staying just about, even like at 10K, it is going to create a lot of euphoria for altcoins. Stochastic, and then we're also going to talk about the stock R side. Okay, on the monthly time frame, right, we talked about it. We talked about this. Let's get a regular candle now. We talked about this monthly stock R side to be overbought, right? It is currently just about 95, guys. Remember yesterday it was 9, and I told you like if BTC closes anywhere above like a 10.8, right? 10.8, it is gonna be close. This stochastic gonna be just about like a 95 to 100, right? 95 to 100. Last time we got 95 to 100 was like June 16, right? June 2016, right? That's the last time BTC was like around like 98. So we got like a lot of similarities between like 2016 on these indicators, but we're not getting it like on the body candles, right? On the chart. But on these indicators, we're getting like same similarities. So we could be anticipating like BTC, at least for the short term, right, to make this type of move, right? But we just don't know how long it is gonna make this type of move, this type of noise on the monthly, because everything else gonna be just noise, right? Just noise. Okay, most people are gonna be panic, okay, euphoria, panic, euphoria. That's it. That's all we're gonna get. That's what I'm anticipating, right? But we're just gonna have to wait and see. But that's what I'm anticipating, because we anticipated the monthly stock RSI to get all the way up to this area and join the weekly. That was when, guys? That was April, March, guys. April, right? That was April. That was April, guys. We said like we're gonna get a big reversal candle, not big reversal candle, but a big vertical line up to this area, guys. That was over 90 days, guys. Over 90 days. So we've pretty much been good the last 90 days, but it doesn't mean we're gonna be good the next 90 days, right? So we just have to be careful at the same time. We just have to be careful, because you're gonna get like both of your indicators, right? Your max indicator, the weekly is also up to this area. Keep that in mind, right? Let's see. So the weekly is also up to this area. Okay, yesterday when we talked about the weekly wasn't, we didn't even get like any crossover, right? But look at it right now, we got a nice crossover again, right? So just because we're getting this crossover, gonna be just noise. Okay, it is just going to be noise, right? It is just going to be noise. It is just going to be noise. It is just going to be noise. Let's take a look at it. Okay, we could be anticipating this type of noise, right, on the weekly. Okay, it doesn't mean like, you know, we're gonna be dropping, right? Doesn't mean we're gonna be dropping. Even if you go back to let's see, that was 2015, just about this area last time the monthly joined the weekly. Let's see, let's circle this area and change it to monthly now. Okay, you take a look at it, right? Last time, the first time BTC and then the first time the monthly and then the weekly, you know, joined at the same time, like the same exact area. That was exactly at January 2016, right? January 2016. So we got a crossover between these two lines, right? The orange and then the yellow line. We got a bearish crossover just about this area. But on the weekly also, right? We got a crossover, right? Let's see. That's the same circle. I just circle it, you know, for the time being like the same time, right? So because let's go back. So on the weekly we got this bearish crossover just about this area, and then on the monthly we got a bearish crossover. But right now we're not getting bearish crossover, right? On the monthly, right? On the monthly we're not getting bearish crossover. So but the weekly we're already getting this bearish crossover, but we're getting another bullish crossover up to the upside, right? So keep that in mind on the current time frame, just about this area. So we're already getting, we're already getting this bullish crossover, right? This bullish crossover, we're getting it on the weekly time frame, but on the monthly we're not getting any bearish crossover yet. So BTC is still bullish, at least for the next, you know, 30 to 60 days, right? We could be seeing like some more uptrend, at least for the short term, until like August, right? August, right? So that's what I'm anticipating, a bullish uptrend on the monthly time frame up to like August, right? So at least like, you know, up to 16K at least. Hey, what's up, ECK? So keep that in mind, guys. I can say keep that in mind today because finance is not here. So let's take a look at the RSI right now. The RSI is looking very interesting also, but we're just gonna have to take a look at it on a monthly basis because it is just gonna be noise. Right now, taking a look at like BTC on a daily basis and 4 hour. We're just doing it for fun, but you know, you guys know I never talked about like lower time frame. I just give like targets and then you know, stay out of the way. But when you take a look at the monthly time frame, we're not even like we're not quite yet like, you know, like overbought, right? Just about like 66, right? And on a bull run, right, you can't expect like your monthly to be overbought, at least like on crypto, right? You can expect like, at least like your monthly to get all the way up to like a 90, right? All the way up to 90, but we're not gonna get to 90 with a single like a vertical line on the monthly, right? On the R side, I don't expect that. Please keep that in mind. Don't expect like we're gonna get a vertical line. We're gonna get some noise, okay? Especially on the R side, right? But on the stock R side, the stock R side is so clean. You know, you're not gonna get noise on the monthly. You only get noise like when you actually like overbought or oversold, right? But in these areas, you're not gonna get noise on the stock R side. But on the monthly R side, you can expect like some noise. It is okay, guys. These 25 to 30% drops, it is just gonna create noise just like that, right? So we could anticipate like on the monthly on the R side to be flat, just like this, right? Just to close just about like a 65 to 66, just to anticipate it. We're not saying like that's what's gonna happen. That's what we're gonna get, right? But we can anticipate it. In case we don't get it, we're not gonna be surprised. You see what I'm saying? Because we're analyzing the market. We're not saying like the market gonna go up like to 100K like tomorrow or something like that. But we know the market. We kind of confident the market gonna go up, right? But we're not saying like the market gonna do it like this month or next month. But because we're expecting like 80K BTC, so we just have to be patient, right? We just have to be like careful and then not expecting like a very clean R side up to like 100. It's impossible, guys. It's impossible. So, but on the monthly R side, we can expect at least some noise, at least for the short term. But we're just gonna have to wait till like the 15th, and then we can assess this monthly R side. Let's take a look at the weekly R side. When you take a look at the weekly R side, it is very scary, right? It is very scary. But what does it mean, right? What does it mean? We got a double tap. Does it mean like we're gonna go back to 3K? No, it doesn't mean we're gonna go back to 3K, because when you go back back in the 2016, right? The 2016, I explained to you guys like previously, right, what type of R side we could be getting. We're gonna be getting some noise up to this, just about this area of overbought. We could be getting a lot of noise. Okay, I explained to you guys previously, we're gonna be getting a lot of noise, but it doesn't mean we're gonna go back to the bear market. It doesn't mean we're gonna go back to the bear market, right? So if you go back like back in let's see, if you go back back in let me zoom in really quick. Current price of BTC just about like a 10,800 on Bitstamp, so it must be higher on the Binance, right? So it is almost like probably like a 10.9 on Binance, right? So and then we already say like BTC gonna go up to 11.3, so which is just about 382. So keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. So if you go back like back in for some reason it doesn't want to zoom out, right? So but if you go back and take a look at the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame back in 2016 on the R side, right? On the R side back in like a 2015 2016, it doesn't even look the same. We got this U-turn, right? That's what we're expecting also on the current R side, right? We got this U-turn, but it is just smaller, right? It is just a smaller U-turn, just about this area. It is just a smaller U-turn. So but let's just wait and see like how this month gonna be closing, because this week gonna be closing, because it's gonna make a big difference like how we're gonna close this week. Closing above like a 10.8 or closing above like a below 10.8 or like above 10.8 gonna matter a lot, right? It is gonna matter a lot. So we're just gonna have to wait and see how we're gonna close. But I'm anticipating like at least a BTC to close like just about like a R side like a 78 to 81 in that range, right? Because I'm anticipating like this week to close about like a 10.8. So if we close above 10.8, the R side could be just about like 78 to like a 81. So we're still gonna get a divergence, but it is okay, right? It is okay, because we're also gonna have to keep in mind, like we have to keep in mind about the Heiken Ashi on the weekly time frame. We're anticipating a volatility. We're anticipating a big volatility, right? on the Heiken Ash. And on the monthly time frame, we say like we're not gonna get like we're not gonna close below 85 before July 30th. We're not gonna close below 85, and I told you why, right? And I told you why. Explain to you why. So we're gonna talk about XRP, but keep in mind, guys, we've been pretty much bullish about BTC. I mean, since like let's see, since BTC was like, let's see, just about this area, guys, February, guys, we've been bullish since February. So, but the way we're gonna close the week, this week, gonna be very important. I told you guys on July 1st that July 1st, as after we get this shooting star, I say like it's not confirmed yet. We just have to wait, right? We just have to wait, like how we're gonna close this week. We anticipated, you know, this type of body candle like last 2 days. We're just gonna have to wait and see on the weekly time frame how we're gonna close. Like let's say if BTC closes above like 10.8, anyway, like up to like 11.5, that'll be great, man. On the weekly time frame, it will be great. It will be great, guys. It will be great. Even like 10.8, the 10.8 right now is good. Even 10.8 is good, because you gotta think about it. If you like we get 10.8, we're gonna get this like what we got back in like let's take a look at it, just about this area, like February 2018. You can see like February we got a big reversal. Okay, we got a big reversal, right? So keep that in mind. So what happened, like we got a big reversal on February, and then we continue the bear market. But let's say this time we got this big reversal, we're gonna continue the uptrend, right? Because they both working on like opposite direction, right? That's reversal candle, that's a reversal candle. But also you can argue you got a reversal candle just about this area. So but since we're on a bull market, you know, we just have to favor the bullish momentum, not the bearish momentum. But we just have to be careful also, right? Not to be like too much bullish, and wait for, you know, the weekly candle to close above like a 10.8, above 10.8, guys. XRP, let's talk about XRP. 11.850? No, it's not 11.850. It's 10.850, guys. Mike, you mean like a 10.850, right? Not 11.850. Okay, let's move on to BTC USD, because Mike say BTC is at 11. I hope it's a typo. It's at a you know 10.8, right? It is okay. It is at 10.8. So we could be anticipating like on the Heiken Ash, just like I said, big wick, big tail, small body, and then we're gonna move to XRP, and then we're also gonna talk about a DOCK. Okay, C. All right. Okay, C. Yes. All right, you take a look at XRP. We talked about XRP coming back down, could be coming back down as low as like 36 cents, 38, right? We just need, like on the weekly time frame, we need, let's get our indicator first, because XRP is moving on the 50, right? On the 50 EMA, it is doing something very incredible, right? It is moving on the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame, on the weekly. Joseph, you listen, huh? Okay, that's why I didn't want to give like any time frame, guys. Now you remind me my July 17th. It is okay, anything can happen. We still can get 20K by July 17th, guys. But we got a small chance of getting it, unless like we close above like 12. Like let's say this week we close above 12.8, I'm still gonna shoot for that 20K. But if like we close below like 12, I'm not gonna expect it. That's why I don't like to give dates, because you can easily we're going to talk about XRP. You can easily 99% out of the time you're wrong by giving dates. So when you take a look at XRP, we talked about it, like we got a five wave structure, within this channel, right? So, and then we say like that's the most we can anticipate. We cannot just expect like a 7 or 8. Sometimes, we get those type of waves, but it just depends how you count it, right? So, but I'm not expecting like another wave up here, down here, like forever, right? Because we got an impulse candle up to this area, a very big corrective move, a very big channel on a daily time frame since like May, right? It is almost 2 months, right, of a channel. So you can't just anticipate like the move to the upside to be very big just because of the channel. The accumulation after the impulse wave to the upside is very big, right? So we can expect like a bigger move to the upside from XRP, right? But at least for the short term, what we were expecting XRP to drop down to 38 cents, right? I think we got 38. Yeah, we got 38.5, right? So we got 38.5. So yesterday's low on Poloniex was 38.49, right? So we quiet. Yeah, we got 38. Let's say we got 38, right? So we can expect like a reversal to the upside, but we're just gonna have to wait and see, because the RSI is making a flat correction just about this area, and it is saying I want to go down further, and I don't know why the RSI want to keep going down further when price already make a 5-way structure. So let's see if this is going to be a fake out, or at least for the short term, the crane body candle going to give us a reversal sign, right? It is going to give us a reversal sign, but XRP has to close above like 41 cents, right? It has to close above 41 cents, right? At least to give us like a green, actually 40 cents, right? To give us like a green body candle, right? A bullish candle. So we need to close above 41 cents, right? But let's say we don't close above 41 cents, it is still going to be okay. It is still going to be okay. But it all depends on BTC, how BTC is going to be closing today. If BTC closes above like a 10.8 to 11, most likely XRP can be bullish against BTC and close like about 40 cents. It is still going to be okay, because it is going to be like this bearish body candle just about this area, going to be just about less than 50% of the previous body candle, the bullish body candle. So it is going to be okay. It is going to give us some good sign of reversal, but we have to get back very quickly above the 50 MA. We cannot be lagging behind this area of 50 MA. We cannot, right? We cannot. I'm pretty bullish, but we cannot be trading below this area of 50 MA on the daily, because it's going to drop us down on the weekly time frame. When you take a look at it, the weekly we also on the 50 MA, right? Weekly and daily we both on the 50 MA. Weekly and daily, we're not quite yet on the 50 MA on the weekly, but we're very close to the 50 MA. So we just can say like to the 50 MA, right? So if like we don't close on the daily just about like 41 in that range the next few days and up, we most likely going to get a support from the 50 MA on the weekly. So it's not a bad thing, but as long as we stay above the 50 MA on the weekly, we should be okay. So we should be okay. All right, should be okay. It should be okay. It could be a bull trap. You say it is a bull trap, but we just anticipating what could happen. We're not saying like price gonna go up straight to 14K, but we just anticipating what could happen, right? So keep that in mind. We just anticipating. So we just anticipating what could happen, right? It could be a bull trap, but we talked about it like what type of a structure we could be getting. So we analyze both bearish and bullish scenario, but we favor the bullish scenarios since like February, guys. February, I started to be like 90% bullish on BTC since like February 22nd. So but XRP, we just moving above this area for 50 MA, so we just have to stay on it. The Hacken Ashi on the weekly is showing some sign of reversal, but it has been showing like some sign of reversal the last almost like 4 weeks, all of a sudden we're getting like a big bearish candle, right? So but we got the 50 EMA, so it doesn't matter. We're gonna get support from the 50 EMA. We could be getting support from the 50 EMA and then get another volatility candle next week and then start moving to the upside. So but we're gonna need a volatility candle on the Heiken Ashi on the weekly, just like I showed you on from BTC. We're gonna need some volatility from XRP, right? Like 50% and you know, 30 to 50% volatility in order to get a reversal pattern, just like that, right? So if you see like a 50% move from XRP, you cannot just, if you're not accumulating, you still got a chance, right? If you take a look at the Heiken Ashi, right, you still got a chance, because we're gonna get this type of candle before we reverse, at least, right? We could be anticipating big tail, big wick, small body candle, right? Just like this, right? Just like this, guys. As long as XRP stay within this range, guys, you gotta accumulate. It's not a financial advice, but you know, that's the best case scenario, man. You gotta accumulate within this range. Moving above your 50 EMA on crypto, that's great, man. That's great. That's the best. You can get anything better than that. Most crypto, they moving below the 50 EMA on the weekly. XRP is moving, you know, above the 50 EMA. So keep that in mind. And it is a top 3 coin. So top 3 coin. Top 3 coin, guys. So we're gonna talk about some alt, and then I'm just gonna talk about this alt. I think, like, you know, can most of you guys probably know CVX, CVC, BTC. I think gonna give us a last time I gave you about DOC. Let's take a look at DOC. DOC, I gave you DOC like a couple of days ago. DOCK, right? BTC. It's a very low volume alt, not very low, but very low market cap, right? Like a 6 million, right? Take a look at DOC. We, like a couple of days ago, when we got this big tail, big wick, small body, right? I say like keep an eye on DOC. I think it was like the 30th or like the first, something like that, right? I say keep an eye on DOC, and it is up today like a 25%, right? 25%, right? 25% up. So it is up like almost like 50% from the bottom, guys. 50% from the bottom. And you can say the same thing for most alt, like, you know, but it wasn't random why I picked it, right? So next coin I want to keep an eye on is CVX, CVC, at least for the next, you know, 48 to 36 hours. CVX, BTC. Okay, so keep an eye on CVX. It is making like it is changing direction. I told you guys, whenever you see this coin dropping, you gotta accumulate slowly, and whenever they change direction, the slope changes direction, you gotta, you know, start going like not heavy but mild, right? Go like slowly in, right? 5-10% in. So you're gonna get this big move to the upside, and then the next area of resistance from CVX gonna be most likely from CVX gonna be most likely this area of 50 EMA on the daily time frame, which is just about like a 9. It is currently at 935, and if you've been following CVX, you know CVX has a big resistance just about this area of 950. So so keep an eye on it. So it is just about sitting just about like a, you know, 650. So you're looking for a 50% move to the upside. So 50% move to the upside. So also keep an eye on the engine. I gave you guys big warning about ENG. You don't want to buy it when ENG has a big news, right? So because most of these coins, they get a good news, like they get a good news like at the bottom. They don't get good news like when they 100% to 100% up. So keep that, you gotta keep that in mind. We talked about engine just about this area, right? Last time we talked about engine. It is almost up like, take a look at the regular candles. So it is looking bearish right now, but keep an eye on it, because it engine like nano, I think like engine and nano like started the uptrend from this area, and then now the rest of the market are pretty much bullish, and then they're bearish. So I would be looking like to put some profit on engine. It is down like almost 10% today, right? It is almost like 10% down, so 6 to 10%. So would be putting some profit on engine and see how it is going to perform, right? And put some stop losses, right? Or at least like hold it like for the next it's not a financial advice, but hold it like at least for the next 3 to 5 days and look for that 10 to 15 to 20% move, because it matters a lot, man. It matters. This 10 to 15% move matters a lot if you accumulate for the long term. So let me take a look at the chat room. Let's move on to NEO. Chainlink. Let's talk about NEO first, because NEO, we said like NEO gonna hit like 174,000. I think like NEO is at 172 right now, because NEO is moving on a channel. Ether BTC. So NEO, we said like it is moving in a channel, and then we're looking for NEO to get just about this area of 174 to 175. It is improving, right? It is improving. It is improving. So that's a good improvement from NEO, right? We got this trend line, respected this trend line, like retested it like almost like 3 times, and then we're looking for NEO to get some rejection just about 174 to 175, so in that range, right? But right now, if you take a look at the horizontal trend line in this range, it is having a tough time to break it, right? It is having a tough time to break this horizontal trend line, just about 165,000 sats, right? So but next area of resistance is going to be 175k. But the RSI is looking nice. At least RSI is looking nice. It can't just take off like this, right? RSI is looking nice. RSI is looking great. It is looking nice. So NEO is starting to look nice, but look for resistance just about like 175, right? 175k. 175k. Let's move on to Chainlink. And it is really time like to be looking for some altcoins to 100x next bull market. And then I know it is pretty safe to stay just about in the top 20, top 15, but also you gotta look for some low volume, low supply and low market cap, right? Coins, low volume, low supply, low market cap. Because if you bought like a nano back in like April or like May, June, July 2017, just in that period of 6 months, you would have like 200, at least 400x your money, like 400x, guys, 400x your money. Because nano, 400x alone, like from November to November 2017 to like November 2017 to December, right? Nano 400x, right? From like almost 10 cents to like some 30 some dollars. So but you just gotta find those alt. You gotta do your own research and find those alt. You just don't want to buy like have your portfolio like all your alt in your portfolio is like 2 billion, 3 billion, stuff like that. So keep that in mind. So when you take a look at Link, I was expecting Link to drop back down, but Link just decided to push it upside. Now we're getting some reversal pattern. So I would wait for Link to at least be bearish. Okay, be bearish before you because you're gonna get plenty of time. That's versus BTC. These coins, they're not gonna go up versus BTC forever, because you gotta think about it. BTC is not gonna be dropping forever. So if you buying versus BTC, you can still wait for like a at least Link is like 25% down on the weekly time frame, stuff like that on the weekly, before you grab some, because you're buying it for the long term. You don't need to rush. You don't need to rush, because they're not gonna go up forever. Okay, they're not gonna go unless you're trading, right? Because you got to think about it. If you're trading Link, right, you buy at this area and then it drop, you don't have time to wait. You're just gonna have to sell, right? Because you want to make some profit. You don't want to wait for like a week to wait for a link to get back up like to this area. So if you buy right now and then link drop 10%, you're just gonna panic and sell because you're thinking like you're gonna wait for another week for a link to go back up and then for you to take your money, and then you could be making a lot of profit in that week. So you just decided to lose 10%. You don't want to do that. So you don't want to do that. But it is making a reversal pattern. It doesn't mean like it's gonna reverse, right? It doesn't mean it doesn't mean like it's gonna reverse, but it is making a reversal pattern. Let's take a look at the Heikin-Ashi. We're not getting like a reversal pattern on the Heikin-Ashi, but we can anticipate like next week, tomorrow, right? At least the next couple of days, link gonna be like this, right? Link gonna be like this. It doesn't mean it's gonna reverse, but you can anticipate to get some cheaper link, right? Just like this. We can get some candle just like that, right? It's not gonna be this big. It is just to illustrate it is just to illustrate it. So big wick, big tail, small body, tomorrow, right? Because that's what we're getting on the daily time frame. So on the Heikin-Ashi, we can anticipate it like tomorrow to get a big tail, big wick, small body, and then most likely gonna get a chance to buy link at a, let's see, especially if BTC gonna be bullish, right? You could be anticipating buying link just about like 27,000, right? 27 to 28. That would be a nice entry, and then you can look for another 10 to 15%, right? So let's say you want to accumulate more link, right? You can get out right now and then just buy back at 27,000, right? It is at 37,000, right? It is at 37,000, but it doesn't mean like it's not gonna come back down even like to 18,000. So keep that in mind. So you just don't want to be bullish like all the time, because you're looking at this coin versus BTC. So, and BTC is not constant, so these coins, they're not going to be constant. They're not going to be going up versus BTC forever, because BTC going to take back its market share. So I would be looking for just about like 27,000 to like 24,000 in this range, right? So if I sell right now, I'm gonna be looking for another, let's see, I would be looking for another 20% drop versus BTC, right? At least another 20% drop versus BTC. So let's say you own like 100,000 link. I mean, that's 20,000 link, right? So that's 20,000 link, and then you can take that profit and put it in XRP. So you don't have anything to lose. So OMG. Hey, what's up, Anis Subay? Okay, you're welcome, Mike. Ether BTC. Okay, let's take a look at Ether BTC before we move on to OMG. ETH, not EHT. ETN. We're gonna take a look at ETN. I don't have any ETN. I usually Ether BTC, as we mentioned, right, guys. Just a couple of days ago, we start talking about Ether, right? We say look for Ether to come back down, retest this trend line, right? Because if like we keep going up, this move gonna be too vertical, and it is gonna create some lot of selling pressure after we get to this area 50 MA, right? So take a look at it. So we started talking about Ether coming back down to like a 0.25 in that range. So we're getting a big bearish candle from Ether right now, just because BTC is pretty much bullish, right? So I'm still looking for Ether to come back down and retest the trend line, right? It is improving. It is okay, right? It doesn't mean like Ether gonna be bearish forever. It is just bearish because BTC is bullish, right? So once BTC gets to like a 11.3 in that range, like a target A, we're gonna go back talk about BTC again, right? So if you guys just join in the live stream, make sure to join the Telegram group also. I'm gonna put a link in the chat room. So let's say if you're not in the Telegram group, just write in the chat room so I can give you the link. So probably most of you guys are already in the Telegram group. So just because we're expecting like Ether to come back down at a 0.25, which is another 6%, right? So yesterday, we say Ether gonna drop just about 10%, right? That's what we said, or the day before yesterday, I can remember. But now we got another 6% to drop. I don't think we're gonna get it today because Ether gonna show some sign of resistance, right? But we could be coming back over the next couple of days, like coming back down at least 50% of this entire move, right? 50% at least, right? So at least 50%, which is going to be just about like 0.0258, 0.026. It's not that far. So let's say you sell your Ether versus BTC, you can just buy it back 6% cheaper, guys. That's how you can. If you don't have to trade every single day, but you can accumulate every single day. Basically, if you understand the market, you don't have to short the market every single day or go long. You just sell your coin versus BTC and wait for it to drop 10-15%, and then you buy it back. So you increase your amount of Ether without even doing too much, right? You're going to increase your amount of Ether without even doing too much. So you can mine ETN for free. That's nice. Let's take a look at ETN. Electronium. Oh, Electronium used to have a lot of hype, but I haven't heard much about Electronium. I remember Electronium being in the top 50, right, back in 2017. So Electronium give us a nice move and coming back down to retest the trend line. It is a nice bottom formation on the daily time frame. So keep an eye on Electronium, guys. So JMart, make sure to remind me about Electronium again, because most of the time I don't talk about it. So make sure to remind me about Electronium next time we go live. So it is making a nice bottom formation, right, just like Litecoin made back in December. So the bottom formation doesn't have to be like this, guys. It doesn't have to be like this. So we talked about it, like about Litecoin, about Tron. It doesn't have to be like this, okay? It doesn't have to be. The angle can change a little bit, just like that. Okay, we can get a bottom formation just like that, right? It is most likely going to look like a falling wedge, right? But sometimes you don't have like you cannot call this a falling wedge because you don't have like like this, right? These lines, they're not falling to the downside, right? They're not falling to the downside like this, right? So you cannot call this a falling wedge, okay? You cannot call this a falling wedge. It is not falling. So you cannot, but it is making a nice bottom formation just like this, okay? It is a bottom formation. We could go back and retest this trend line up to this area, right? We can go back and retest this trend line, but I don't think like we're gonna go straight and break it, okay? We're not gonna go straight. We're gonna go straight up and break it. I don't think we're gonna do that, right? So it is already a 90% move to the upside, right? That trend line alone, right? And if BTC stays just about like a 12 to 14, you can look at it as another 120% move on the dollar value for ETN, right? So, but it is looking nice on this area. It is looking nice. It is looking nice. You got your RSI. You got a nice divergence on the RSI, right? Nice divergence. So look for the RSI to retest it and see where we're going next. Okay, see where we're going next. See where we're going next. I'm gonna leave it like this, and then we're gonna come back and see where we're going next with ETN, right? But it is it's not time to be selling. It is time to be accumulating right now. It is not time to be selling. I don't own any, but I mean any alt right now, especially in the top 100, is a good buy, guys. Is a good buy. If they got a you know, on a big, if like those alt in a big exchange, I mean it's a good buy, guys. I can advise you to buy it or sell it, but I'm just telling you it's not time to be selling, right? Like I said about Ethereum, when Ether was like 120, I said like it's not time to be selling Ether. Right now Ether is just about 300, right? 280. So okay, make sure to remind me, but I don't think it is a good time to be selling your alt, right? It is not. At least you can wait for another 50 to 60% before you get rid of it, right? You get rid of it, because most of them, they're gonna go up another 50 to 60% versus BTC before they you know, you can even expect like some drop. Okay, so just like when we talked about DOC, it went up like almost like 45%, right? Because when we talked about it, it was like 105, I think 110, right, in that range. Now it is like 150 almost. So let me verify. So it is just about like 140. It is dropping, but you know, today's high was like 150. Yes, 150, guys. So here's 150 up. So Walton is looking great also, you know. So keep an eye on Nano also. Let's go move on to Nano. Nano is pretty much red. Nano and Nano, BAT, DNT, right? Matic. Keep an eye on those coins, right? Keep an eye on Matic, Nano, and BAT. They're 12% down, but it doesn't mean like they're going to be 12% down the next few days. Okay, if you're green right now, if you want to make a transition, it is a good transition right now. Okay, a good transition from green to red. So but it is good. It is about time to be accumulating, man. It is about time to be accumulating. We could have like a good 3 to 5 weeks of uptrend. Most of these alt, Nano, I mean, you can even wait for the R side to change the slope just like this, right? You can even wait like for another 5% drop, right? You can even wait like for another 5% drop when you take a look at Nano, right? So you can even wait for like another 5% drop. And I'm not sure like if Nano gonna come back and retest like this 10,000 level, but it could, but I'm not sure if like we're gonna get it, but you could wait for at least another 5% drop just about this area, right? So which is just about like almost like 11,000, right? Not 10,000, but 11,000 range. Okay, 11,000 range. So that'll give you like a good transition from going green to red, from green to red. Because you gotta think about it. You can just swing trade. No, you don't have to trade every day. Just swing trade, guys. Just swing trade. Just swing trade, guys. Just swing trade. Let's take a look at Matic. So you got NEBLIO, NAV, Matic, Verge. So you got so many reds right now. So you got a good option from going green to red. You got big options, guys. Walton is 35%, man. So Walton is 35%. So you take a look at Matic. It is pretty normal to expect a we talked about this area of resistance, guys. We're gonna get some resistance just about this area of 200. Now that's what we're getting. So we can expect like a 50% drop, right? At least, right? A 50% drop. We're already at a 382. So but we're not getting any reversal pattern from 382. So most likely we're gonna be green tomorrow. Because it is going, like most of these coins, guys, you got to get like at least 30 to 40 coins on your favorites and then watching. Like sometime like half of it gonna be green and half of it gonna be red. So especially when we are reversing, right? So if you want to swing trade, right, you can swing trade like from green to red on your list, on your favorite list, right? Because if half of it are green and then the other half red, you can expect like the other half gonna be green and then vice versa, right? So if like I'm holding like a Walton and I'm up 35%, you know, I'm gonna like take profit from Walton and then like put a buy order on Matic just about this area of like a 160 to 170 and just anticipate like a panic selling, right? So I'm not saying Matic gonna come back down to like 160. It could, right? It is very possible, right? We're gonna come back down to 160 to 170. The current price is just about 184, so it's not that far. So and then you can, you know, expect Matic to be green again up to like a 200. So you're not gonna lose your profit from Walton, and then you're gonna make profit from off your profit from Matic, right? So keep that in mind, guys. So BTC is just about like 10.9, guys. It is about 10.9, guys, almost 10.9. So let's move on to the King BTC before King. No, it's not King, it's BTC. I'm tapping King. So guys, I hope like everything we talked about BTC, we're just gonna summarize it. If you guys new to the content, make sure to join the Telegram group. If you don't have the link, let me know in the chat room. I'm gonna put the link in the Telegram group. So let me just put it in there. So that's what we're anticipating, guys. We're saying like if BTC is able to close above like 10.8 this week, we're gonna get this type of candle next week, guys. We said it, okay? That's what we're saying, right? We're gonna get a big wick, big tail, small body, right? So we're gonna get somewhere around here, big wick, big tail, small body, and it doesn't matter what color, but most likely it's gonna be green, right? If like we close above 11, right? Anyway, between 11 to 11.3, right? We're gonna get this type of volatility, right? Next week. And what does it mean, right? It means it's a sign of reversal, guys. It is a sign of reversal on the daily, right? On the daily, we're gonna get this sign of reversal, right? Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, not weekly, right? We're gonna get this type of sign of reversal. So keep that in mind, guys. BTC is extremely bullish. I said it like since February. I said it since February. So on the weekly time frame, we're gonna expect what we're gonna expect next week. Okay, next week we're gonna expect like a big tail, big wick, small body also, right? But it is gonna be bearish. Even though we're gonna get it, right? It is not gonna be favorable at all. It doesn't matter what color it is going to be, right? It doesn't matter what color, right? It doesn't matter what color we're gonna get. But on the weekly time frame, we're gonna look bearish, but it is okay because we're gonna favor the daily and then an hourly, right? So but next week we can expect the next week body candle to be like this. It doesn't matter what color, right? I'm just illustrating. So on a 4-hour time frame, let's go back to the 4-hour. The 4-hour, we're looking for an ABC correction, right? We got it, a zigzag. We got this zigzag, guys. Zigzag. Okay, we got this zigzag. So what are we anticipating? We're anticipating another wave to the upside. So that's what we talked about at the beginning of the live stream. So we said we're gonna get this move. Okay, we're gonna get this move to the upside, right? And this move, we're just gonna focus on the A wave. Okay, this wave alone, right? We're gonna focus on this wave alone. Okay, so what are we expecting on this wave? We're expecting 3 wave. Okay, 3, not 5, 3. Let's make it easy. 3. Okay, we're gonna get another 3 wave just about there. So expect like a drop from BTC, right? So just about this area and up to that area. Okay, that's what we're expecting right now. So we could go as high as like get some rejection just about like if you go back to the regular candles, you could get some rejection just about like 11.3. Okay, 11.3, it is just about like 50% pullback, right, of this entire move, right? Let's see. 11.3. Okay, 11.4, 11.3, it is just about 382. So most people are going to be shorting 382. So keep that in mind. At 382, we're going to get we can anticipate our first wave. Okay, we can anticipate this wave. Okay, A, B, and C wave going to be just about this area, guys. Just about this area, either 50% or 382. I mean 0.618. We don't know yet, right? We don't know yet, but we can anticipate the C wave to be longer than the A wave. So let's just say we're gonna get a actually the C wave gonna be like this, right? But that's the A wave we're talking about right now. Okay, so we can anticipate this wave just like this, just like that, right? So, and then you're gonna get your another drop, and then we could be going like all the way up to 14k, but let's not get too excited, right? We just don't know yet. Let's just work it. Let's just say like 11.3 first, okay, and come back down to like a 10.4 to 10.2. So 11.3, let's say if we're gonna get to 11.3, 11.4 first, okay, that's gonna be the first A wave. But most people are gonna be counting 5. Okay, you want to count 5, you're gonna have to go to the lower time frame. So let's go to the lower time frame and see if we can get 5-way structure. Okay, the lower time frame, it is saying like we could be going up, right? So that's what the lower time frame is saying. But I don't see us going up above like 11.3 with this this channel. Just like the BTC is working too hard to move to the upside. It is too vertical, so we're gonna drop very soon. I'm not sure, like even if we're gonna get to 11.3 right away, we could even get a flash crash just to change direction and get to 11.3. But it is working too hard to get to 11.3 right now. Okay, it is working too hard. So this uptrend on the lower time frame is not sustainable. We cannot just keep moving like this. Okay, we cannot do this. Okay, we cannot. So we just have to get that very quickly. Okay, with a big move to the upside, and then just turn bearish again. So but most likely 11.3 at the max, right? We could get it before the daily candle closes, right, today. So look for 11.2 to 11.3 in that range for the A wave before looking for a 10.4. So it is very volatile. It's a 1,000-point drop, guys. So it's a 1,000-point drop. So keep that in mind. It is a 1,000-point drop. It is a 1,000-point drop. It is a 1,000-point drop. But at least for the short term, we know we got a zigzag. Okay, we got this zigzag, and then we're anticipating another zigzag. At least for the short term, right? At least for the short term, we can anticipate another zigzag. Just about to say, okay, up to 14k at the max. Okay, up to 14k at max. Okay, and then it doesn't change anything about the structure. If like BTC drop again, right, and then go back up, it is still a very possible. It is still a possibility, right? Very possible. Okay, so we could be in this range forever. Okay, forever. But I mean forever, like for till July, right? Till July 30th, 31st. Okay. It is going down to 8k. Okay, hyperdimension 101, hyperdimensional 01. Okay, it is going back to 8k. Okay, it's fine, man. We're just gonna buy. It can't go down to 7k. We don't care, man. We're just analyzing, man. If it goes down to 8k, we just accumulate. It's not like we're not expecting higher number. It's just like when BTC was 3k. Most of you guys were saying 2k. Now it is at 10k. When BTC goes to 20k, you're gonna say, oh, it is gonna go to 16k. Okay, if it goes to 8k, you buy. If you don't buy, you just let other people buy, man. What's the chance of dropping to 8,500. We could drop to 8,500, but I don't see BTC closing at 8,500 before July 30th. Okay, July 31st. Okay, 30th, 31st. Those last 2 days. Okay, because I explained to you guys the monthly has to. If like we close below 8,500, man, we're definitely gonna go see 3K next month. I mean, the next few months. Keep that in mind. I'm extremely bullish, but if like BTC, if BTC like ended up closing at 85 or below 85, man, it is not gonna be good at all. It is not, like I told you about you know, closing below 11. It is not going to be good at all, guys. It is not going to be good at all. Okay, I'm just going to make a special live stream just about that scenario, because sometimes I know the live stream is too long and most people don't watch the whole live stream, so they're going to miss a lot of important details. But I'm going to show you the monthly, guys. I'm going to show you the monthly. Let's go back. Let's go to Bitstamp. Bitstamp has a better chart, right? I mean, not better chart, but longer history. All right. So when you take a look at the monthly chart, right? If BTC goes to 8K, I mean, it's not gonna be the end of the world, guys. I mean, all of you guys like missed the boat when BTC was at 3K. Now it is going back to 8K. Most people are gonna be panicking. So what I'm expecting, like on the monthly chart, right? Let's say BTC ended up closing like below 8K. What can you expect, man? What can you expect? You're gonna expect the monthly chart to be like this, okay? The monthly chart to be like this. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but we got a low chance of BTC closing below 8K this month, okay? This month. So let's say you bought at like a 9K, 97, and then it dropped below 97. You still got a chance to sell back at 97. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's say we close below like 8,500. We're gonna get a candle just like this, guys, just like this on the monthly, right? On the monthly, it'll look like this, okay? It'll look like this. But when you go on the Heiken Ashi, okay, it'll look worse, okay? On the Heiken Ashi, it'll look like this, right? So it'll look like this on the Heiken Ashi. So it's not good at all, right? It's not good at all. So that's why I think like, that's why I'm thinking like we're not gonna get it, okay? It doesn't mean we're not gonna get it, but I'm not anticipating it, okay? And you can go back like on previous bull market, okay? We never seen a on the Heiken Ashi, right? A such candle, okay? It doesn't mean we're not gonna get it for the first time, but we never seen it, so we cannot say like it's, you know, we're not gonna favor it, right? We're not gonna favor it, okay? And I showed you on the weekly time frame, whenever you get a rejection on the weekly, the very following month of that, the same week, I mean the very following month, we move into the upside, right? But the very following week, we bearish of that shooting star. So I'm just going to explain to you what I mean. I know it is very complicated, but let's say you take a look at the weekly, right? Most of you guys pretty new to the content, so let me show you on the weekly time frame again, okay? 80%, you got an 80% chance of getting a bearish wick, okay, after you get a shooting star, okay? Let me just remove everything. Okay, whenever you get a shooting star, the very next week you got an 80% chance of getting a bearish candle, okay? So it is okay for BTC to be bearish, but whenever you get a bearish shooting star, it doesn't have to be bearish, but a big wick just like this, small body. So the very next month, right, the next month, right, you most likely gonna move to the upside, you know, most likely gonna move to the upside. So I'm gonna show you just about this area. We got one in this area, right? We got one in this area. We got one in this area, right? So we got another reversal just about this area, right? It's just the opposite of the shooting star, so we can count it, right? So you got a weekly rejection, another one just about this area, right? Like that was the China foot. You can see we got a reversal, right? The very next week reversal, right? So we got one just about this area, but we were on a bull market, so we got a bullish uptrend, like not a bullish uptrend, but a bullish candle the very next week, right? The very next week we got a bullish candle just about this area, right? So let me get the arrow pointed out, just like that. A full body candle, just about this area for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so but when you go back to the monthly, on the monthly, okay, so we're gonna drop once we hit 11.3, because I don't expect like BTC to keep going, because like we said, it's gonna be a 3 wave to the upside. It's not gonna be a straight up move uptrend. Okay, so it can be 5. You can expect 5, but I'm expecting a bigger correction. Okay, I'm expecting a bigger correction. That's why I just expect like another drop. Okay, but it doesn't mean we're gonna necessarily gonna get it, right? So we're just anticipating what's gonna happen, right? So you can see like whenever we get a you see these yellow lines, that's when we get those big rejections, right? So you can see we got one just about this area. We move to the upside the next month. Okay, we got one in this area. We got a reversal on the very next month. We didn't move to the upside, but we got a big reversal body candle on a monthly time frame. Okay, so we could be getting something like this. So I don't see like BTC closing below 8,500 this month. Okay, I'm talking about on the monthly. So whatever happened like this week, next week, I really don't care. We just still not gonna analyze it. I mean, I do care, but I mean like we shouldn't be panicking. Okay, you gotta think about it, right? You gotta take a look at the bigger picture. We're on a bull market, okay, for the next 18 to 24 months, and everybody's agreed we're on a everybody agrees we're on a bull market. Not 99, but 85. I can just say 85%, right? Most people agrees we're on a bull market, so we can expect like the next 18 to 24 months to be to be actually like 80% of those candles to be like bullish, at least 80 to 85%. Okay, so I don't see BTC closing below 8,500 this month. Okay, I don't see it. It can happen, but I don't see it. Because like I just explained to you, if like we close below 8,500, this body candle gonna be very ugly. It's going to be very ugly, guys. It is going to be very ugly. It is going to be very, very ugly. I'm going to repeat it again. It is going to be very ugly, just like the weekly candle. Okay, just like the weekly candle, just like this guy. And we're most likely going to go back to 3K if that's the case. Okay, if that's the case, it is time to sell the house, sell the car. We will see, guys. It's not time, but we will see. So you get like the last week of the previous month with a shooting star, and then you get the very next month a shooting star, guys. You can expect like we're gonna be going down. Then I'm gonna be extremely bearish about BTC. So let me know if you expect like BTC to close like this next month. Okay, let me know. If somebody tell you like BTC gonna be closing above 8,500 this month, just tell them like, what do you expect for the next month for BTC to be at? Okay, because you can expect at least like 4K in July. I mean in August or September, if like BTC like closes below 8,500 this month. Okay, we could anticipate. It doesn't mean we're gonna get it, but we can anticipate those lower numbers. All right, guys. Okay guys, let me take a look at the chat room one more time, and then I'm gonna try to leave it like this, and then so that way we're gonna come back to it on July 30th, 31st, 30th, whichever come first. 30th gonna come first, right? So so on July 30th we're gonna talk about it and see how BTC gonna be closing on July 31st, because we talked about it on June 16th, guys. We said like if BTC closes below 11.3, you know, 11.4, it is gonna be very critical. But if BTC closes below 85 this month, man, guys, it's not gonna be good at all. It's not gonna be good at all. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. We just need to close above like a, you know, 10.8 this month. Okay, at least 10.8. Okay, if like we close above 10.8, we're still gonna be okay. We're still gonna be okay. So next month we're gonna get a the next month by the candle on the Heiken actually just gonna start just about this area of like a 85. Okay, and then it's gonna have like a big wick. So you need to go and learn how the Heiken actually works, so you can anticipate what's gonna happen like next month or next week or next day, whatever. So next month by the candle gonna include this month low. Okay, and then this month low is already just about 97, right? So let's change the color because it makes me assume like it's gonna be red. So let's stay positive and make it green. Okay, so next month gonna include this month low. Okay, so if that's the case, right, we can expect like next month like to show us like some wick to the downside, right? So just like this. Okay, it doesn't matter what color because I don't want to spend too much time like changing the colors. So but the low gonna be just about this area. Okay, it's gonna be just about this area. So for next month, okay, you can anticipate a big rejection wick just about this area. Okay, just like 97. Let's say we don't go back to 97. So next month gonna be looking good, man. It's gonna be looking good at least if BTC closes above 11.3. We're gonna look extremely bullish on the monthly time frame. It's gonna be very bullish because it'll show us like a big reversal candle in July and August. So my favorite technician on YouTube. Hey, what's up 10X RP? It's been a while, man. Are you shopping for Lambo? XRP 100X? Not in July, guys. Not in July. I mean, by end of July, I mean, I can't say like XRP gonna 10x in July, but let's see. When XRP goes, man, I'm telling you, all of you guys gonna be like, it will go, man. I'm telling you, I missed like a XRP bull run back in September. I mean, not back in September, back in 2017, right? Like, cause I bought XRP, I was all in XRP like back in September 2017, but October I kind of got pissed when XRP went up to 36 cents, dropped back down like to 28. I mean, I wasn't familiar with a lot of technical analysis tools, so I wasn't even looking at any technical analysis tools. I was just buying based on FOMO, right? So, and based on like what YouTubers say. So but after I'd done my research, you know, I was mad at first, but after, you know, I'd done my research, you know, XRP has a very big community, and you know, and you can tell, man, you can tell the type of community XRP has. So after I've done my research and then you know, look at the chart, I mean, I'm ready to get like some lower XRP if it goes to like a 30, even 30 cents, man. I'm okay. If you like, we get a flash crash, you know, like to 30 cents. I mean, I'd be glad, man, because you're not gonna see these numbers like in 12 months. Okay, let's not, like me, sometimes I expect to get most people expect to get rich like in 2 days, 3 days. But you take a look at Chainlink, guys. If you bought Chainlink back in June 2018, when Chainlink was like in some cents, right? I mean, I can't even remember, but I think Chainlink 10x, right, the last 12 months, right? So I've been talking about Chainlink since February, especially nulls. Okay, keep an eye on nulls. Okay, most people sleeping on nulls. I don't talk about it a lot, but keep an eye on nulls, because you're not going to see these prices next June. Okay, next June you're not going to see these prices on nulls. Okay, so but I don't see XRP being at 30 cents next June. Okay, you could be anticipating like at least, you know, $5 to $7 by next June. Okay, because we're on a bull run. Okay, BTC going to like $30,000, $40,000. You don't expect XRP to still like worth 30 cents. Okay, you don't expect XRP to be still 30 cents. Okay, XRP 25 cents to 370 in 6 weeks. I know, right? I know, 25 cents to 370. I was pissed. I remember like that time, like because I thought, and don't ever tell somebody like not to buy a coin, okay? Because I told my friend, don't buy XRP, man. XRP is a scam. And then XRP was like 50 cents. He told me like, man, XRP is 50 cents. I'm like, oh, man, don't buy XRP, man. XRP was $1. He was like, XRP is $1. I was like, don't buy XRP. And at some point I felt, you know, I felt bad, man. I felt bad. But he did well. He just didn't do good with XRP, but he did well. But I felt bad. So don't ever tell someone, don't buy this coin, or don't ever tell someone like this coin is a scam. Just don't buy it and let them do whatever they need to do. That's that. It's not a financial advice. I'm not advising you to do, you know, to tell people this and that. But I learned not to tell people what to buy or what not to buy. Just buy and, you know, say like what you think about that coin. But going to tell someone like don't buy Ethereum or don't buy Neo, because you don't own those coins. So just let them do whatever they need to do. But no, it is okay. We all did well back in 2017, so it is okay. You bought XRP because you thought it was a scam, but it is okay, man. It is okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a very fun 2019. Okay, it is already fun and very volatile the last 90 days, and only BTC been pretty much volatile. You know, alt haven't been volatile. Alt like XRP hasn't done anything. So we got plenty of time, guys. We're most likely gonna 20 to 30x the rest of the year for most alt. We could, not most likely, we could. Okay, we could. BTC shorts dropping. Okay, that's a great thing, man. Last time we saw like a big drop in BTC shorts on Bitfinex, but we didn't see like the price increasing. So let's just anticipate like a 10.3 to 10.4, and then once we get to 10.3 to 10.4, or at the most at the 50 EMA on a 4-hour time frame, we can talk about like you know, where can we expect BTC to drop next. But if you want to short BTC, you can short at 10.3. I mean 11.3. Okay, not 10.3. 11.3. 11.3. Okay. It's not a financial advice, but we just anticipating what, excuse me, what people could be doing. Most people are gonna short at 11.3. So just anticipate it. 11.3. So, and you gotta remember when BTC was just about like 10.4, target was 11.6, right? So, but just because we dropped so far just by this area, like a 97, 96. So and if you take a look at your 50 EMA, take a look at your 50 EMA, it is just about where's my 50 EMA? The 50 EMA, it is just about like 11 11.5 right now. It is dropping, okay? It is going to be dropping fast. So even like if we break the 382 pullback, we're going to have to challenge. We're going to get some challenge from the 50 EMA, right? Okay, we're going to get some challenge from the 50 EMA, because you got your 50 EMA. Just, I mean, it is going to be about the same price by the time BTC gets to 382. Most likely the 50 EMA going to be dropping, so it is going to be a combination of challenge. So most likely we're going to get some challenge anyway between like 11.3 to 11.5, okay? 11.3 to 11.5, and then you can expect like another drop down to like a 10.4 to 10.6, okay? So 10.4 to 10.6. That way we're going to get, if you just join the live stream, we're going to get our first ABC correction. A, B, C. If you take a look at the lower time frame, 15 minutes, you're going to be counting 5, okay? You're going to be counting 5. You're going to be counting 5. But we can, since like we're expecting a lot of volatility, we said like we're going to go up, ABC to the upside, just like this. Let me change the color. Where's my color tool? Just right here. Okay, we're anticipating A, B, and C, okay? That's what we're anticipating, okay? That's what we're anticipating. So that's what we're anticipating, and we're gonna get another ABC just by this area. Where's my color tool? Yellow, another one. Just about it, just about this area. It could drop again down to like a 95 once we get back to a 14K. I know it sounds crazy. We could get this drop, right, and another drop. I mean, not another drop, but another move to the upside, okay? But it is optional. It is not something like we say is gonna happen. We're just gonna anticipate it, okay? And then we're gonna get this final move. So, okay. So, and then we're gonna get that final move, and we're gonna get that final, and that's the most probable also, because you could be anticipating a WXY, a W, okay? I showed you guys before about WXY, right? Going W, X, and Y, okay? And Y. But once we get back to like a 13.5, it doesn't necessarily have to go back to 13.5, right? It doesn't necessarily have to go back to 13.5. We could just come back down like to 0.786 to 0.618, which is just about like you know, 13, right? We could go back up to 13 and then drop back down even lower than 95, like down to like a 93, 92, and then you know, move to the upside, right? Move to the upside, because you can anticipate like this wave, this length. You can anticipate like the length from 10.7 to not 10.7, but from 14 to 10.7 to be the same length. We don't know where we're going to be at in this range, but to be the same length, a 1-to-1 extension, just about this area. So just about this area. So let's say we go back to 14K, we can expect another drop to like a 95. But let's say we got to stop just about like a 13, we can expect like bits even to drop just about like a 92, right? Up to 92. So we got a lot of possibilities and then a lot of scenarios, but we just have to wait and see, okay? We just have to wait and see. It's better to anticipate and be ready than be surprised. So whatever happened, we're not going to be surprised, just like we're not surprised about this flat correction. I mean, not flat, but this zigzag. We didn't anticipate, we didn't say like it's not going to happen, but we said like it could happen, right? But we just didn't favor it, okay? We favor the flat correction in first place, okay? But the bigger the correction, the bigger the next move, okay? The bigger the correction, the bigger the next move, okay? Remember that, okay? This correction going to be big. It is going to be red because it is a correction, right? Okay, this correction in this area, it could be big, okay? It could. It doesn't mean, I'm not saying it will, but it could, okay? It could be good. It could be big, not good. It could be big, and then the next move to the upside after the correction going to be big. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, that's going to be a good news, man. The Ripple going to be the Binance Ripple executive, going to be the Binance CEO in US. So it means like most likely we're going to get an US exchange, right? So that's going to be good, because I'm still like worried, like what, you know, if like they ban us. I'm still like I don't have a plan yet. If like they ban us, I still don't have a plan. So, but I will see. I'm not familiar with Kraken and Bittrex. The volume in there is kind of low, so okay. I mean, I try to stay like within the. I try to stay like with the chart, because sometimes when you wanna anticipate like good news, it's gonna affect like how you're gonna look at the chart. So I know it is a good tool to like, you know, add like some inside information to your chart, but it is just gonna affect like the way you're gonna look at the market, you know. But most of the time, if you just stay with the chart, you know, 80% out of the time you're gonna anticipate whatever's coming. 80% out of the time, okay, you can anticipate whatever is coming. You can anticipate, just like we anticipated this drop from 14k, guys. Without no news, we anticipated BTC to drop from 14k to 10.7. We anticipated BTC to go up to 11, 12, and then we said like 14k gonna be the easiest target without no news. So if you want to include some news, it's just gonna affect your it's just gonna affect the way you're gonna be looking at the market, and then you're not gonna be truthful to yourself, and then you're gonna be misleading a lot of people. Just about doing TA, you're misleading a lot of people, because you just don't know where the market gonna go. So you're saying like a lot of if and what, you know, if this, if that. So it's already very misleading, but we've been correct since December, so we've been okay. Okay, it's gonna pump again. Okay, see you next month. Okay. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day, and then we're gonna see where we're going next. Okay, and let's see how we're gonna be performing in July. So just take a look at it, man. Just pay a clear attention to BTC in July, not just a daily and then a 4 hour. Okay, unless you're shorting BTC, or you know, you just wanna unless you just wanna long BTC, whatever. But just take a look at BTC on a monthly base. Okay, on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, not daily. But it is fun to take a look at the daily, because you know, it'll keep you very very active. So 382 is just about like 10.9. We already hit 10.9, I think, right, on a Bitstamp, on a, let's see, on Binance. Yeah, we hit 10.9, guys. It is exactly at 382. So let's see if like BTC can pull back to like a 50%, right? Pull back to 50%, okay? But I don't think we're gonna pull back to 50%. Let's 10.9. It is already at 382, and then it is gonna be the first wave. So, okay, we talked about at the beginning of the live stream, okay? So we could be anticipating 10.4 right now. It dropped to 10.4. Because I showed you on the 15 minutes time frame, BTC was pushing too hard. Okay, it is pushing too hard on the 15 minutes time frame. So it is time to look for a 10.4 to 10.2. 10.4 to 10.2. 10.4 to 10.2. Okay, this WXY, it doesn't have to be exactly like that, because the chart is not going to be moving linear, but these lines are linear. So don't expect like the price to be following exactly these patterns. It is just going to be like what it is. Okay, it is just going to be what it is. Okay, it is not going to be linear. So all right, okay guys, we're just gonna call it a day, and then I'll talk to you guys later. I know the live stream been pretty much very long today. But it's gonna be okay. All right, man, thank you for watching. It's been like almost 2 hours.